You are live, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'd like to call the Student Affairs and Enrollment Management Committee meeting for April 17th to order. At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. President Ross if you would give us the invocation, please.
Sure. Can we bow? Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and thank you for all the many blessings that you bestowed upon us. Lord, we thank you for the protection and the hedge that you put around Alabama State University and all who love, live, and work here. Lord, we ask that you come into these proceedings and to guide this Board of Trustees and this administration in the direction that you would have them to go. We ask this in many other blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Next, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty
With liberty and justice for all.
Mr. President, will you establish a quorum, please?
Sure, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Lumsey?
Present.
Trustee Fleming?
Present.
Trustee Jones?
Present.
Trustee McCord? Trustee Spencer? You have a quorum.
Present.
You have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
And I'd like to welcome Trustee Jones to not just the Board of Trustees, but also to this committee. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President. Can I get a motion for the adoption of the agenda, please?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Roll call vote, Mr. President.
Chairman Lumsey?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Spencer? Motion carries.
Yes.
Thank you. We've all had an opportunity to review the minutes from the January 23rd committee meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the January 3rd?
Second.
Roll call vote, Mr. President.
Chairman Lumsey?
Yes.
Trustee Fleming?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee McCord? Trustee Spencer?
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you. We do not have any action items on the agenda today. We do have information items, and at this time, I'll turn it over to Dr. Swoop.
Good afternoon, everyone. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to move forward with sharing my screen. And please confirm that you see it in presentation mode.
Yes.
We see it.
All right, thank you. So we will move forward. This is the Student Affairs and Enrollment Management Committee meetings for the Board of Trustees being held on April 17th, 2026. Again, introducing my leadership team. We have Dr. Francois, who is the Associate Vice President representing financial aid. We have Dr. Freddie Williams, our Assistant Vice President for Admissions and Recruitment. Dr. Rhonda Westry, our Assistant Vice President for Student Success. And Dr. Sabrina Simmons, our Assistant Vice President for Student Development and Engagement. As Chairman Lumsey already stated, we do not have any action items, so we are going to move directly into our informational items. They will go as follows with respect to Vice President's update. I know you see housing and residential life update down below, but that will be included in my update. We will have an enrollment update, student success update, financial aid update, and then student development and engagement update. First and foremost, we would like to reintroduce to everyone and announce to you that we have reestablished the Wesley Foundation here on the campus of Alabama State University. Again, this is a collaborative partnership among Alabama State University and the United Methodist Church, where the Wesley Foundation provides support to our students in the areas of spiritual development, holistic well-being, leadership formation, and the list goes on. The individual who will be representing the Wesley Foundation will be housed here in the Student Center on the first floor. And I showed a picture of him, Reverend Herbert A. Brisbane. And he is excited. He has already come on board and began engaging with our students. And so we are looking forward to that continued partnership with the Wesley Foundation. This is a friendly reminder of our fall 2026 enrollment goals. And so as you can see, we have met our enrollment goals for the past 3 years, and we have established a goal or set a goal for fall 2026 with respect to 1,450 students. So Dr. Freddie Williams, you in your area has a job, they have a job to do in terms of first year students. With respect to overall total enrollment, our goal is 4,600 students. And I share that information because that leads us into our enrollment numbers. First and foremost, Dr. Williams, feel free to explain this slide if you so choose.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Swoop, board members that are present on the call, Dr. Ross. So the numbers are looking pretty good right now. We are up in every category that we track at this particular moment. We have about over 22,000 applications in, and we've never had that many applications in, especially this early in the cycle. That's a 42% increase over last year this time. In terms of admitted students, we have over 11,000 students admitted. That's a 39.5% increase over last year this time. And we look at orientation fees, which are the fees that we collect to determine if students are coming. Right now, we're at 651 students. So, Dr. Swoop, we're on our way to that magic number. We're getting them paying these deposits very early. That's a 69% increase over last year this time of students who had actually paid a deposit. And as you can see, in terms of the event coverage for my recruitment team, 251 events that we've covered thus far, and we're still on the road. I'm sorry, it's 345 events that we've covered thus far versus 254 events last year this time. So we are certainly encouraged by the uptick in the numbers. For our summer, we're also looking up because we can count our summer numbers toward our fall goal as well. Right now, we're up 37% in applications received over last time this year in the summer. Our admitted students are up 55% over this time last year. And our orientation fees that over last year this time is 168% up over last year this time.
All right, so Dr. Williams, I thank you for those wonderful numbers. You're looking good. We still have some work to do, but I know that you will accomplish that goal. And so we're going to move right into Dr. Westry so she can share our current enrollment numbers for summer and fall with respect to our continuing students.
Good afternoon, President Ross, trustees, and colleagues. Again, we are experiencing some enrollment growth, as you can see when we compare it to this time last year. We have a 24% increase over our summer enrollment when you look at the numbers from last year. And must I remind you, we are anticipating at least 200 Summer Bridge students that we still need to register. So in addition to other students who are registering for the summertime, we are anticipating that number of 200 students. As far as the fall is concerned, as you see, we have an increase over last year by 27%, 0.32%. Kudos to the academic advisement team. Those ladies, those advisors over there have been very busy with our first year students and making sure that they're enrolled. This time last year, we didn't have the same strategy that we do this year with the outreach that we have through Slade, working with Dr. Williams and admissions. That has been a wonderful partnership in terms of making sure our students get the all needed enrollment checklist. Another reason behind that increase in new student enrollment is our Success Before the Nest and our Summer Bridge Plus initiatives. Again, these families have been engaging with us once a month, every Saturday, but they too have been given priority for fall enrollment. So we immediately, as soon as registration opened up for the fall, we start registering those students. So most of those students in that 286 are the students who are participants in Success Before the Nest.
All right, thank you so much for that report, Dr. Westry. So I would like to introduce I would like to introduce our new Director of Housing and Residence Life. You can come a little bit closer. Hopefully you all will be able to see her. She is right here. Come a little closer. She's right here. It's not going to work. I'm sorry, but she's right in front of you in the beautiful picture. So Miss Tiffany Thomas, she is serving as our Director of Housing and Residence Life. She joined us on April 1st, and when I tell you she has hit the ground running, we are we are excited that she is here. But I also want to let you know that we have had a promotion in the area of housing where Miss Deandra Minor Williams, who used to serve as our Hall Assignment Coordinator, has been promoted to Assistant Director of Housing and Residence Life. And please excuse the typo, but we do have Mr. Tavares Hall on board, and he is the new Hall Assignment Coordinator. As of April 17, 2026, our housing numbers are shown as follows. We have our freshmen for fall 2026. We are currently at 829 incoming freshmen who have applied for housing, compared to last year's number of 449 as of on April 17, 2025. You can see that that is about an 85% increase. So again, when you look at that number compared to Dr. Williams' numbers, we are on our way to hopefully meeting that enrollment goal for our incoming students. With respect to returning students, we are at capacity. So therefore, our total number of students with a housing assignment is currently at 2,083. And when you compare that to the number from last year's number was 1,703. And so that is a 22.31% increase. I just want to remind everyone on the call that earmark requirement for housing is 1,875 students. So we are happy to state that we have already met that goal. And the total number of beds that Alabama State University has is 2,270. 1,254 of those beds are designated for upperclassmen, and 1,016 of those beds are designated for freshmen. Our freshman housing, right now, we only have 187 assignments remaining, or available spaces remaining. And our wait list, and the wait list is for continuing students. We currently have 188 females and 49 males. This is just to give you an idea of some of the student engagement activities that we have going on in our housing and residence life areas. You can see pretty much all of our residence halls are kind of represented here. And this is a continuation. We've had internship info sessions. We've had check-in and chill. We've had game nights. They celebrated St. Patrick's Day. So this is just to give you an idea that our RAs are actively working and actively engaged with our students who reside in the residence halls. With respect to the area of international affairs, the new leadership there is Dr. Vaughn, and we have reinstated Alabama State University's membership with Study Alabama. So we reinstated that as of March 2026. With respect to our National Student Exchange Program, we have one student who has been accepted at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. And with respect to our Study Abroad program, we are excited to announce that we will have 3 students who have received Gilman Scholarship Awards who will be participating in a Mexico and a South Korea Study Abroad program. And then we also have another one that's this summer. And then we also have another one who was awarded for Mexico, and they will be participating in the winter of 2026. So we are excited about that as well with respect to our international affairs program. You can see this year, we actually had an International Students Association Week. So as we are always looking to continuously improve our student engagement activities, we have done so with International Students Association Week. So our international students were very, very excited. You can see from Monday through Friday, they were very much engaged through the week of March 9th through March 13th. And they culminated their week with an ISA, or International Student Affairs Nigerian wedding. So the students were really, really excited about that. And this is just to show you some of the pictures from our International Student Exchange Week. You can see our president came out and enjoyed International Day in the CAF, and we were very, very excited about that. And this is our president, SGA president. So you can see they were teaching him some of the moves. And so they really did enjoy themselves. This is from the area of student life. About maybe a year or two ago, we began to celebrate Men's Week at the end of February. So that has become an annual event here in the area of student life. And so that event was held February 29th through the 27th. And you can see the different types of initiatives that they had during that week, ranging from barbershop talk all the way to a Black Excellence dinner. But one of the highlights and one of the days that was my favorite was when Mr. Hammond initiated the book drive in 100 Men in Suits. And so we also had our Women's Week. And so you can see that the Women's Week include Dating with Discernment, Hit Like a Queen, Bloom Where You Are, which is where the young ladies were able to come and make flower bouquets. And then we ended our experience with I'm Every Woman Empowerment Brunch and releasing stress with busting the windows out of the cars. So the students truly, truly enjoyed that. And so this is just a short video. So, and our Miss Sydney Guy, Miss Alabama State University led that initiative. We just closed out our election season. So they campaigned for 2 weeks from March 29th to April 13th. And then we held our Miss Alabama State University pageant to identify the 87th on April 15th at 6:00 p.m. in the Acadome. And so we are happy to announce our new SGA president, this young man right here, known as Brother Miles, but his official name is Miles Wilson. He will serve as our president. Chancellor Bacon, will serve as our vice president. And then we have Don, who will serve as our secretary. And then DeMarcus Thomas, who will serve as our treasurer. So we are excited about our all-male leadership team with respect to the Student Government Association. I was hoping to see a female in there, but we have all males. But hey, I'm proud to see that. So. And then our Miss Alabama State University and class queens. So our 87th is Miss Anicia Dixon. Her face may look familiar. She is our current Miss Junior. So we are excited about her serving as the 87th Miss Alabama State University. Our Miss Senior is named Tomar Allen. Our Miss Junior is Caitlin Hunter. And our Miss Sophomore is Kamara Carroll. So that is our new Miss ASU and Class Queen Court. The National Panhellenic Council will be hosting its new member presentation this afternoon, starting at 4:30 p.m. The doors will open at 3:30 p.m. And the lineup, so you'll know, is going to go like this. Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated will go first. Alpha Phi Alpha will go second. The ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated will go third, and we will close out our new member presentation with those brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Student leadership and end of the semester activities. The University Activity and Planning Board attended the National Association of Campus Activities Conference in Columbus, Ohio. The Student Orientation Services attended the National Orientation Spring Learning Conference in Tampa, Florida. And then we will be hosting the 3rd annual Hive Awards on next Friday, April 24th in the Acadome. And don't ask me, but Butter B will be the guest performer, and the students are looking forward to it. Admissions and recruitment, that is era. We had Connection Day on April 11th. We are happy to say that we had 613 to attend Connection Day. This is some pictures from our ASU Buzz Tour that we had in February. And then Dr. Westry.
Okay, excuse me. Thank you, Dr. Swoop. I was listening to the students. They're all excited about tonight. I think that Alphas just walked by my door. But again, we're experiencing momentum in student success centers with our academic lab. Now, these numbers were reported back in March, but we continue to grow in terms of the students that we are serving through different initiatives from the Study Jam, to our NAC peer tutoring, but we are seeing an increase in student engagement with our academic labs. Okay, as well as with our Office of Accessibilities and Veterans Affairs. Again, we are reaching more students, and it's all through more strategic outreach using our Navigate system, and then just having different activities to be more visible on campus. So that office continues to grow with the students that they're serving. In terms of students in accessibility services, there has been an 8.7% increase over last year. Also, too, start marking your calendars for November 20th, 2026 for our second military ball. And then two, again, providing visibility for the office. The office has partnered with Advancement for the Buzz Run. Testing Center, another area of the Success Centers, also seeing growth, a lot more growth. Again, this was reported back in March, but a lot more growth with the CLEP exams, which is very pivotal for us because it allows our students to accelerate if they can pass those exams and be able to be exempt for certain classes. So we actually did an official launch this semester with a presentation from College Board to get more students involved. But along with that, in the testing center, as you see, we have been doing a lot of external assessments. And again, the testing center is a revenue generating office. So all of those tests that are provided through the testing center actually generates income for the university. New student advisement, again, very busy because in addition to making sure that our incoming freshmen are enrolled, they also to work with students who are not quite prepared for the major colleges. So again, these numbers represent March right before our registration or right after our registration for summer and fall, but they continue to do great work with the AccuPlacer because one of the strategies in order to help with making sure that students are persisting towards their second year is to try to get them out of university college. And so we have the strategy of testing more of those students who have tested out of university college. And that's the reason why we always want to focus on that direct admit, because the direct admit means that these students are on track for graduation. So again, they're just doing a wonderful job over there with both managing the current students that they serve as well as our new incoming Hornets. And then the last thing, I mentioned a couple of meetings ago, the TMCF grant, which is sponsoring our Hornet Pathway. We are seeing, again, tremendous success with that. We are funded for 300 students for Success Before the Nest, but some of those students are also part of the other initiative through our TMCF grant, which is part of our first year initiative, Hornet Focus. So we have over the allotted amount of students who have applied for Summer Bridge Plus to be part of that. And so we are working on a wait list now to see who we can move over. But that has been wildly successful. I did not realize how many families wanted to get started in the summertime. Now they are incentivized, but nevertheless, that was the purpose of the initiative, is to get more of our students enrolled in the summertime so that they are taking additional hours prior to their first fall semester. Hornet Flight is our second year experience initiative. We are working on that with identifying some rising sophomores who will be part of our residential learning communities, our career learning communities. So we're very successful with that, along with our Bridge Builders program, which we have hired 23 peer mentors, and they are part of the Bridge Builders program, which also addresses the initiative in our second year experience program. And I believe that's it for me.
You for that report, Dr. Westry. We will now have our update from financial aid and scholarship. Dr. Francois?
Greetings, everyone. President Ross, board members, and colleagues. I'm going to be brief. As of March 23rd, 2026, the Financial Aid Office successfully processed and dispersed federal student aid in the amount of Pell Grant funding, a little bit over $15 million. And of course, when it comes to the federal direct loans, that we have about right at $33 million. We're still working through that process. There are still some students who have pending aid that we are trying to get them to complete some things so that we can get all of their funding applied to their account. Next slide. Once again, we do an annual Federal Work Study Mixer, and that was held back in August on the 12th and the 13th. And we did more than 500 students we had more than 500 students that attended that event. 353 of those students were awarded Federal Work Study. And as of the 23rd of this month, March, we expended students earned about $845,000. Our expenditure is about 1.5, so we're well on our way to ensuring that the students are going to meet that goal of expending all of our allocations as we normally need to. About $200,000, we put students out in the community. A little bit over $200,000 of our students, of that money was earned for our students that are outside in the community. Next slide. SAP, the update. Once again, as of March 23rd, 194 students had SAP appeals approved, including students whose appeals were extended. So of course, if a student had an appeal process that they were already on, they were coming into the fall time, we extended it into the springtime as well. 119 of those students received extended probation from the fall into the spring. Next slide. Big Beautiful Bill. This is what we all want to talk about, the Big Beautiful Bill. I will say, won't go through the entire process of it, but the key changes there, the Grad Plus loan is ending. So most of our students who normally get a subsidized loan did qualify for the Grad Plus loan, but that loan is ending as of July 1st, 2026. Makes it a little bit difficult because now we have to do what I call is creative methodology to help our students along when it comes to borrowing money. The current Grad Plus borrowers, students who borrowed at least a Grad Plus loan prior to this new change date of July 1st, they stay in the same program. They continue to borrow under the current rule until June 30th of 2029. New grad loan limits, starting July 1st, 2026. Grad students, the annual is $20,500 with a maximum lifetime of $100,000. Professional students, $50,000 annual, $200,000 in lifetime. Part-time students, normally students who are enrolled in courses less than half-time, they wouldn't qualify for loans, but those students beginning July 1st can now receive prorated loans for less than half-time study. The parent loan is a big concern around the country. However, once again, the Parent Plus loan, the new limits that begin on July 1st will be $20,000 annually per student. So that means if a parent has two students in college, they borrow up to $20,000 per student at same institution, different institution. The lifetime that they can borrow is $65,000. Next slide. What does this mean for our students? Federal policy change will significantly affect the ability and the structure of financial aid. Students may experience reduced access to federal loan funding, greater responsibility in selecting repayment plans, increased needs to explore alternative loan processing. Students will be required to select a federal repayment plan by July 1st, 2028. one of the things that's happening in the financial aid community is that we have to figure out all of the ways that we can proactively help our students to address some of the concerns that we will face going into this new change with the July 1st change. Dr. Next slide.
All right.
And I
Thank
think
you, Dr. Francois, for your report. We will now move into the updates from student development and engagement. Dr. Simmons?
All right. Well, good afternoon, Dr. Ross, Board of Trustees, and colleagues. First, we're going to talk about career services. As of now, we have served 1,588 students through career services. We've had 1,524 workshops, which has been strategically held inside of classrooms and also here on campus in different other locations. 64 students are in employment engagement activities, and we had 28 employers engagement. For the spring career fair, we had 30 employers that we hosted. We had 131 students in attendance. We are expanding programming and resume writing. We're using our Skills First, which has become a really big deal on campus. The faculty and staff are enjoying using it, and especially our students, because it is AI powered. It doesn't just also recognize the need to help build with their resumes. It can build a cover letter. It allows students to be able to also do AI simulated boys on top of my tongue interviews, which we have seen students increase in getting opportunities, such as we just had Miss Michelle Emerson, who received a fellowship for a week at UC Berkeley. She credited that she was able to use the Skills First mock interview, cover letter, and resume, which she was used over that weekend to prepare her to be successful to earn that opportunity. So we're very excited about that. And we're continuing to strengthen employer partnerships. Okay, just keep rolling. All right, we took our Center for Financial Advancement Scholars here. We took Dami, I don't know how to say his first name. He always tells us to call him Dami, George Michael, Anila, and Favor. I know you might see Favor. She was one of the young people at the wedding for International Affairs. They advanced to the Experian National Pitch Competition, and they outperformed very well with the 31 teams. They came in second place, but they guarantee we will win first place next year. So we are working very hard to claim that spot, since we were the first ones to win it in the very inaugural section. Next slide. Student conduct, we are constantly pushing conduct education delivered across the orientation courses. Mr. Bell has successfully, and Ms. Stinchcomb, who's working as the student conduct officer in the interim while Mr. Bell is out, going to all orientation classes and speaking to all of our freshman students to try to make sure that we are pushing student conduct. We're trying to increase student awareness and to the policies and expectations. And we have seen declines in high-risk behaviors such as substance use and coercion. The proactive engagement with students early in the academic journey shows that when we step in early, we can help strengthen the alignment with the university policies and federal compliance. And the report we did earlier this semester shows that we are trending right with national benchmarks when it comes to our student conduct area. Next slide. The Counseling Center are performing well. They have served 650 students in individual counseling. They've held over 383 workshop and group participants with impact of 1,000 to 1,100 students impact. They're constantly working with the Talk It Out groups, addressing anxiety, depression, and goal setting. They have preventative programming, especially on stress management, suicide prevention, and healthy relationships. They also have the Title III supported services, which includes the 24/7 telehealth access. And they had participation in the National Professional Development. The entire counseling team went, as well as our Violence Against Women's coordinator, to the American Counseling Association in Cleveland, Ohio. Next slide. We just had an event, the annual Easter egg hunt. I know most people wonder, the students get out. We have the young people from Zelia Stevens come over, and it's a great way for helps to make a success, where we was asking people for donations to give out the eggs. The students enjoy it, the young people enjoy it. It's a good time on campus, and it's a good stress reliever as we move into the final season of finals. Next slide. All right, and Title IX, I have identified 7 staff members to serve as Title IX decision makers and advisors. They're currently completing their training, which will be due by April 30th. The training is basically to ensure when we have a Title IX hearing, we have those members to serve on that hearing. And if by law, we have to also have advisors. And if those students do not bring an advisor, it's upon the university to stay in compliance to provide advisors. So all 7 members will be able to serve as Title IX decision makers as well as advisors. And we're continuing to focus on prevention, reporting awareness, and institutional accountability. And as of now, we do not have any open Title IX cases. Next slide. Student media, we're constantly elevating the student voice. We have 42 students actually involved with the Hornet Tribune and the yearbook. Right now, based on, they scored 3rd place in Best Opinion Writer and Best Podcast, representing us at the Southeast Journalism Conference. And as we are restoring the AS yearbook, right now we are collecting all the pictures that we can from our wonderful student body to get them to make sure that they take their yearbook picture for they can show representation. I would like my colleagues to also, when the student yearbook come by, please smile and we can get you in the yearbook as well, because we don't want to have a black space of you in the yearbook. We want to be able to have representation and be able to show over the years like how you impacted the university during that particular year. Right now, the website is on redesign, is on the way to enhance digital presence and more student storytelling. Next slide. All right, Violence Against Women program. I must give it to Ms. Stinchcomb. She's been very busy. She's had 589 total student engagement. 397 students were reached through classroom outreach. She had 119 students in her Stamp Out domestic violence, and as well 73 and put a nail in it when it comes to focusing on domestic violence. The highlights for her really is the visible engagement campaigns that she have in the student union. She also serves as a co-chair for the active leadership in the Montgomery area domestic violence task force. And her goal is to constantly make sure that we are educating the students on healthy relationships and violence prevention, and also collaborating with the campus and community partners to expand impact. Next slide. And this concludes my presentation.
And it concludes the presentation for the Division of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. So I would just like to publicly thank my leadership team for all of their hard work and dedication. Chair Lumsey.
Thank you, and thank you to Dr. Swoop, and your team, and all the hard work that you all are doing. Glad to see our numbers are up, and all the engagement activities, and all the different events that you all are doing. We know students need to be engaged, and you all are certainly doing that. Do we have any questions for Dr. Swoop or anybody on her team before we?
And if you don't mind, real quick, Chair Lumsey, this is Tiffany Thomas. She is behind me. So I want to formally introduce her to everyone. So.
Hello, Ms. Thomas, and welcome. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I'm glad to be.
Chair Lumsey, I just have some comments.
Trustee McCord, go ahead.
So Dr. Ross was so gracious during the Academic Affairs Committee meeting to thank Dr. Swoop for her work in getting our new education project with the Alabama Department of Corrections off the ground. She has been instrumental in that. But also when we look at the numbers and how attendance is going up and trending up each and every year, I have to say kudos to her. She is doing God's work. And she's doing a great job, and she does it with a smile, and she does it with a positive attitude. And I appreciate her, and I appreciate all of her staff and all of her team, because it seems like, they work well together, and that is noted by the results that they're getting. My second comment is I also want to thank them and the Academy for their collaboration. It is great to see that they are collaborating to bring a new bridge program for the engineering students when they come on campus, when they get ready to come on campus. It's great to see that they're doing STEM camps where the kids are living on campus. I think it's from 9th to 12th graders. It's great to see that they're doing camps for engineering STEM camps for 7th and 8th graders. And it's by the collaboration of both sides of the house that these great things are happening. So thank you to Student Affairs. Thank you to Academic Affairs for continuing to put ASU at the forefront, continuing to make sure that we are getting more and more students, and those students are excelling when they get there.
Thank you. Thank you, Trustee McCord. Any other questions or comments? Any other questions or comments? Where we're at we have exhausted our agenda. Can I get a motion to recess at the call of the chair?
So moved. Second.
All right, roll call vote, Mr. President.
Chairman Lumsey,
Yes.
Trustee Fleming,
Yes.
Trustee Jones,
Yes.
Trustee McCord, Trustee
Yes.
Spencer. Motion carries, Mr. Chairman.
Meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a great rest of the day and have an amazing weekend. Thank you all.
Take care.